Good morning, folks. My name is Hitzemann, County Court Judge here in Hernando County. You folks are here for your first appearance. The purpose of the first appearance is so that you may be informed of the charges against you. I'll determine if there's probable cause for those charges. Probable cause simply means that it's more likely than not that a crime has occurred, and more likely than not that you're the person who committed the crime. Of course, as you stand before me this morning, I presume that you are innocent of those charges. That presumption of innocence will stay with you through every stage of the proceedings unless and until the State Attorney's Office is able to prove the allegations against you beyond and to the exclusion of a reasonable doubt. We'll set your conditions of pretrial release this morning, that is your bail or your bond. In most cases, you've had a bond set already pursuant to the bond schedule here in the 5th Judicial Circuit or the warrant which led to your arrest. I'll determine if that bond should be raised or lowered or left the same, or whether there'll be additional conditions of pretrial release placed upon you. We'll let you know when your next court date will be, and if you'd like to have the services of the public defender, I'll gladly appoint the public defender to represent you this morning. You do have a right to have contact with folks on the outside, family, friends, counsel. If you have not had a chance to make that call, please let me know. We'll make sure that that happens. Finally, and most importantly, you're advised that you do have an absolute right to remain silent with regard to the facts which surround your arrest. I encourage you to do that. These proceedings are recorded. In addition, there is an assistant state attorney in the courtroom with me. If you say something that tends to incriminate you, they will use it against you in the prosecution down the road. I now need each and every one of you there at the jail to please raise your right hands and be sworn. You all solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Outstanding. When I call your name, please step forward to the podium. Megan Howard. Morning, Ms. Howard. What's your date of birth?
Good morning, 10/4/89.
Ms. Howard, you're hearing a charge of battery being domestic in nature. There is probable cause for that charge. As to that charge, do you wish to represent yourself? Do you plan on hiring private counsel? Or would you like me to appoint the public defender?
Public defender, please.
I'll appoint the PD. State, what can you tell me?
She's a 2017 petty theft, Your Honor. She has a 2012 domestic battery case from out of state, and she had a 2015 burglary of a structure, which she did 1129 for.
And Megan, I have an address for you on Wakefield Drive in Brooksville. Is that where you're living?
Yes, Your Honor.
And do you live with Mr. Lawrence?
No.
Okay. Do you have a job these days?
Yes, Your Honor.
What do you do?
I paint.
Okay. Like houses?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to set your bond at $500, Megan. Condition of the bond is that you have no contact with Mr. Lawrence while this charge is pending. No contact means no contact of any kind. You don't call, you don't write, you don't email, you don't text message, you don't contact him through any social media. You don't have a third person contact him, don't go where he lives, don't go where he works, don't have any contact of any kind. Any way that you might imagine contacting him, I forbid you to do that. If you have contact and we find out about it, your bond can be revoked and you can be held without bond until the charges are resolved. It means no contact even if he wants the contact. So if you answer your phone and hear his voice, you should hang up. If you're out and about and see him, you should turn around and run the other way. You need to understand that he cannot drop the charges against you. That's not a decision he's allowed to make. He may go to the state attorney's office and request that the charges be dropped. He may tell them he's not interested in pursuing this matter. But that decision belongs solely to the assistant state attorney handling your case. So unless that person or the judge on your case tells you the charges are dropped, you should assume they are not dropped and you should not have contact. In addition, I've got to hold you at the jail today up until 4 p.m. so that if he wanted to serve you with a civil injunction for protection against domestic violence, we'd know where to find you. If you get the civil injunction, it's doubly important that you not have contact because in that case, not only could you get your bond revoked here, but you could get new charges for violating the injunction. I will have you back in court on the 13th of December. Very important that you go see the public defender when you get out, right, Megan?
Yes, Your Honor. Can I ask you one question, Judge?
Yes, go ahead.
Could you lower my bond just a little bit?
Yeah, that $500 is about what it's going to be, Megan. That's, I think, an appropriate bond here. If you speak to a bondsman, it's probably a $100 premium.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. Angela Ziegler. Morning, Angela. What's your date of birth?
Morning, 6/18/82.
All right, Angela, you hear an account of organized fraud. There's probable cause for that charge. As to that charge, you wish to represent yourself, you're going to hire private counsel. Would you like me to appoint the public defender?
Yes, Your Honor. Public defender,
I'll
please.
appoint the PD. And I believe Angela is currently on misdemeanor probation for petty theft.
Your Honor.
And a warrant will be coming.
Okay. And what other history state?
She is making your home state of Wisconsin look bad, Your Honor. We've got a 2015 FTA out of there, 2013 petty theft out of there, a bail jumping charge out of there, which is a new one on me. And I believe there's another petty theft in 2013, and that's in addition to the case which you have, Your Honor, that she had a little bit of probation left on.
Okay. And Angela, I have an address for you on Genesee Drive in Weeki Wachee. Is that where you live?
Yes, Your Honor.
How long you been there?
6 months.
All right. Do you have a job these days?
I'm working through a temp agency, and you kind of just put yourself on it. It's an app, and you go and accept a job. I mean, I've been doing things, yes.
Okay. All right. Well, here's where you're at. I'm going to leave the bond at the $2,000, and this case is coming back on the 18th of December. Before you spend any money bonding out, however, sometime later today, the folks at misdemeanor probation are going to swear out an affidavit for violation of probation warrant because you've picked up this new charge while on probation. The bond on that warrant will be no bond. If you bond out today and then get arrested on that warrant on Monday, you may be out whatever money you spent bonding out on the felony charge because, like I said, the bond on the VOP warrant is going to be no bond. If you stay in the jail and wind up getting a jail sentence on the violation of probation, I will give you credit for every day that you've been in starting yesterday, all right? But that decision's up to you. This one's coming back on the 18th, but I'm just warning you, if you bond out, you're going to get rearrested again next week on the violation of probation on the misdemeanor case, okay?
On the new case, you're saying?
No, the new case, you're good to go, but I'm telling you there's going to be a VOP because you're on misdemeanor probation right now. So they're going to arrest you. They're going to do a warrant today, and probably early next week you'll get arrested on that warrant for the VOP.
And then that one will be no bond?
And that'll be no bond. Yep. Okay? Thank you, Angela.
Thank you.
Miguel Gavilanes. Morning, sir. What's your date of birth?
06/14/1996.
Miguel, you're hearing a warrant that was signed by Judge Merritt. Apparently, you failed to appear in front of him last month on 2 charges: possession of controlled substance and possession of marijuana. Did you have an attorney on this case, Miguel?
No, I had a public defender.
That's an attorney. Would you like to continue with the public defender?
Yes.
Very good. Judge Merritt set your bonds at $5,000 and $2,500 respectively. I can't change those, so the total is $7,500. I'm going to send you back to see Judge Merritt on the 12th of December. It looks like they told you the 18th, but the right date is the 12th. If you're able to bond out, you should go and see the public defender right away. If you can't bond out, they're going to come see you before your court date, okay?
Okay, thank you.
James Lesnowick.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Morning, James. What's your date of birth?
1/23/1991.
And James, you're hearing a warrant that was signed by Judge Toner. He found probable cause for 2 charges, a domestic battery and a felony domestic battery by strangulation. As to those charges, you wish to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like me to appoint the public defender?
Your Honor, I think I'm going to get a public defender, but I may hire an attorney depending.
That's fine.
I don't know
That's
how
fine.
it's
We'll
based.
appoint the PD for now, so there's somebody working. If you should hire private counsel, make sure that you let the public defender's office know right away, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Very good. State what you tell me.
2016 domestic battery and a 2017 failure to appear as listed out of Pasco County. I'm not aware of what the Pasco charge was that it says he was in custody for.
Okay. And James, I have an address for you on Lansford Drive in Hudson. Is that where you live?
Yes, Your Honor.
How long have you been there?
Sir, when I got out of the Army, I moved there approximately 8 months ago.
Okay. Do you have a job these days?
Yes, sir. I work on a commission-only job. I'm a financial assistant at a car dealership. Your Honor.
All right. Is Lauren your wife?
Yes, sir. We're actually going through a divorce, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Very good. On the felony battery by strangulation, I'm going to set the bond at $2,500. On the misdemeanor battery at $1,000. That's a total of $3,500. Condition of those bonds is that you have no contact with Lauren. Did you hear me explain no contact earlier?
Yes, Your Honor. I also have already filed a petition myself for that no contact.
All right. You understand what no contact means?
Yes, Your Honor.
Very good. I'm going to have you back in court on these charges on the 18th of December. Very important that you go see the public defender when you get out, or go see your private counsel if that's what you're going to do, all right?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Your Honor, are you ordering the whole till 4 on this case?
I didn't, because normally I don't when it's a warrant, because it's been 8 days that have passed, so been plenty of time. Michael Neglio? Michael, what's your date of birth?
1572, sir.
Michael, you're here on a warrant that Judge Toner signed. Apparently you failed to appear on 2 counts of felony petty theft and a providing false name. My guess is you failed to appear because you were in prison, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What's the earliest I can get him back in front of Judge Toner? And your EOS is coming up too, right?
Friday, sir.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't think it's next week, but the week after.
No.
The second.
Yeah. He's out next week, you know.
Second, probably.
The 4th?
Yes.
Okay. Michael, unfortunately, the earliest I can get you in is the 4th of December, so I'll do that. I'll move it up as far as I can move it up at 8:30 in the morning. I'll appoint the public defender for you. They'll come out and see you, and hopefully you'll get that case resolved on the 4th, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. No bond on both counts. Nicholas Nataro. Morning, Nicholas. What's your date of birth?
4767. Good morning, Your Honor.
Nicholas, charge this morning is felony driving on a suspended license. There's probable cause for the charge. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself? You want to hire a private counsel? Would you like the public defender?
Public defender, please.
I'll appoint the PD. State.
2014 FTA, 2015 felony bill SR. See multiple probation violations, and looks like a 2017 no valid DL. So obviously there must be more in his driving record.
Yeah, the driving record is pretty bad.
And he has out-of-state history, but it's very old.
Okay. Hey, Nicholas, I've got an address for you on Midfield Street in Brooksville. Is that where you live?
Yes, sir.
How long have you been there?
2 years.
You have a job these days?
Yes, sir. I'm currently a general contractor. I'm in the process of a big job right now.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to leave the bond at the $2,000. This will be back on the 18th of December. When you get out, you need to go see the public defender right away, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yep. David Pittman. Morning again, David. Date of birth?
7/17/84.
All right, David, this morning you're here on a warrant that I signed. I found probable cause for 3 charges: sale of methamphetamine, possession of a structure for the sale of methamphetamine, and unlawful use of a 2-way communication device. As to those charges, you want to represent yourself, hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender, sir.
I'll appoint the PD. State. We
Yeah.
had a first appearance yesterday, too. The day before, somewhere recently this week. Yesterday.
I'm guessing these are warrants from, this isn't a new charge, this probably happened a while ago.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah. There's nothing. There's no issue there. I think this is something they had, and the warrant came out when they saw he was in jail.
Gotcha. As far as history, there's an FTA in 05, a burglary in 2010, 2011 possession, 2014 DWSR, 2015 failure to obey a law enforcement officer and resisting, 2015 felony DWSR, 2017 DUI. I'd asked Ms. Vita about the 17 DUI, but I can't remember what she answered me on that, if that's already resolved or if that's still pending. I think he's still got that case pending. He had failed to appear like a week ago on that, I think.
Yeah, and we dealt with that yesterday. All right. So, David, I'm going to set the bond on these at $2,000 each for another $6,000. I think we sent you the 18th of December yesterday as well. So we'll send these cases there as well. If you get out, go see the PD. Otherwise, they'll come see you at the jail. All right?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. And Timothy St. Clair.
Morning, sir.
Morning, Tim. What's your date of birth?
8/27/60.
Tim, I got 3 charges today. I got a burglary of a dwelling, a petty theft, and a trespass. Mr. Justice.
Petty theft.
Hang on. I'll explain it to you. Would the state like to pick a path this morning? You want to go with the burglary or the 2 misdemeanors?
I was so busy trying to read his extensive history that I didn't read his PC affidavit.
Well, it all makes sense. The petty theft, Tim, is turning the electricity on.
Okay.
And what a burglary is a trespass for the purpose of committing some other crime. In your case, there was a trespass, and the other crime is the petty theft of electricity. I can find probable cause for the 2 misdemeanors or for the felony, but I'm not going to find probable cause for all 3 charges, and I'm letting the state have the choice. My guess is they'll take the burglary.
That they would request the burglary, Your Honor.
All right. So I'm going to find probable cause for the burglary, Tim, but not the 2 misdemeanors. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself, you want to hire private counsel, or would you like me to appoint the public defender?
Public defender, please.
I'll appoint the PD, and Joe, give me the last couple of years.
It's pretty bad. I tried to count how many burglaries there are in here, but it goes on. He just recently did a year and a day in prison for, I think they actually did, it was a felony trespass in 2016, 2017 loitering and prowling, 2017 petty theft, 2017 petty theft, 2015 burglary and trespass, 2014 burglary. There's one of these where it's like 10 counts of burglary of a conveyance.
Okay. I got
it. Just goes all the way back until 85.
All right. And Tim, looks like you don't have any fixed address these days. Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay. Are you working at all?
No income.
Okay. All right. On the burglary, I'll leave the bond at the $10,000. On the 2 misdemeanors, it's ROR because I didn't find probable cause. You'll be back in court on the 18th of December. Public defender will come see you at the jail, all right?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Thanks, folks.